RC Underground Radio is your go-to podcast for everything RC.
Everything about Kirby's is awesome.
Especially the owner. He's so hot.
I could never find anyone like him on Tinder. For the record, I'm not on Tinder, just so you know.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was kind of getting worried there.
More of a grinder guy.
Each episode features top-notch guests, industry leaders, and you, the racer.
Do you guys realize how much it costs to be friends with this dude?
So, grab your transmitter, buckle up, and join us on RC Underground Radio.
Say words.
Here are your hosts, Dave Brinkman and TJ Greer.
In a minute. So let me bring on my guest tonight. I've got the one, the only B-Rad Waldrop, but you know him in the drag racing world is none other than B-Rad. Welcome to the show, Brad. So glad you came to join us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm always excited when we can bring a different dimension of the hobby to the people, right? Because it's not every day that something new and unique comes of this hobby that's been around for 50, 60 years, right? So, but tonight, we got something a little bit different. And if you're a track owner, if you're driving right now and you're a track owner, yeah, pull over. Go get something to eat, get a snack or something and park, because you're going to want to listen to this. So Brad, you and your wife have started up B&T Engraving, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's you and your wife, and you're doing this engraving company, but you kind of got to focus on the RC industry.
Yeah, I love RC, and I wanted to do something that brought what I love to do with what we had started doing as a just a little side gig.
Yep, you got to have those, right? You got to have those side gigs. But I got a feeling that this is going to turn into a little bit more than a side gig. I don't think it's going to take over your actual job, because you told me what that is, and yeah, that's pretty high end. So I think it's going to get there, but definitely it's a nice side hustle when it comes to side hustles. And so for us to explain what you're doing, I have to uncover what you and I have worked on here for well over a month or so. Because one thing I noticed with you and your wife, man, you ain't doing it fast and just to pump it out the door. You took your time. You did some research. You did some samples. We had a lot of discussions back and forth, but it was well worth the wait, folks, because the finished product is crazy. And I'm going to show you one that's probably not even the highest end of what B-Rad and his wife, Natasha, have created for me. And I'm so humbled that you guys did this. And then we'll kind of get more into the background of everything. So, okay, we have talked on here that we do a segment here on the show called Quick Time, and it's where we have a guest and we ask them a whole range of questions and see how fast they can answer them, right? Now we got a logo and the whole thing. So coming up at an event that I'm putting together, it's a 1RC and low C NASCAR oval race on foam. The track surface is foam, and so that's where the name the Foam Oval Nationals comes from. I was one of the first, not the first, but I was one of the first foam tracks. And I said, I'm going to grab Foam Oval Nationals before somebody else does. And the reason I picked Nationals is because we're in Wisconsin and we're the home of the Slinger Nationals, probably one of the most famous oval races ever in the country. So I said, foam, it's oval, and we're the state of the Slinger Nationals. So put that all together, right? So I'm looking through the internet, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what is this? I see these awards like something I've never seen before. My brain clicks into, I need those for the Foam Oval Nationals. And here's the reason why, folks. It makes complete sense that the first time that B-Rad and his wife are making awards for something that's not an RC drag race, it's because it's the Foam Oval Nationals, and the awards are on foam. Now, how cool is that? What's so cool with these folks, as you can see, is they are engraved. So part of being, B&T Engraving is that they're engraved. And we are using QuickTime to be the official sponsor of Friday night's Run for the Record. So everybody on Friday night that runs in their class, there's 7 classes. If you set the track record that night, this is the award you're getting. but wait till you see the other ones. I mean, this is cool, but the rest of them we have for second, third, and some of our other special awards, gonna just blow you away. So awesome. So, buddy, I got to say, just a great job. So now that people have seen it, so now we got to go backwards. And I got to ask you the question, B-Rad, where did you get this idea and when did it start?
So we use the foam blocks in drag racing to keep the cars off the table, keep the tires from, and we prep the tires to keep everything up off the ground. And when you have a lot of sponsors, you try to put your sponsors anywhere you can. Banners. I was like, well, what better place to put them than right next to the car? So when we take a picture, then they're right there. When you take your chassis pictures, when you take all your photos for all your people. So I started lasering on wood, and we did lasering on acrylics. And I was like, let's see what happens if I put foam in there and see what I can do with this. And it turned out pretty awesome on the first one. So, and then we just started getting more and more, and then my buddies wanted them, and then their buddies wanted them, and before I know it, I'm doing awards for races, and it kind of took off from there.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I mean, yeah, they do. They come out so good. And what's awesome is that you can use, it appears any logo in it and the detail. I mean, I gave you some logos that had quite a bit of detail and they came out pretty hot. So you primarily have done them for drag racing. And tell me if I'm wrong. Did we set the record? Did we give you the biggest order so far?
Yes. So far, yes.
Well, I'm sure it's not going to stay that way because, they're really cool. We'll put in the show notes your website and your Facebook page and stuff because people got to go out and I'll post some pictures also. Not of the Foam Oval National ones because I want to keep those a secret, but there's some other ones that you've done. You've done awards on different colors of foam, which is very interesting. I've seen orange, I think, and red. Others.
Yeah, so we've done the orange, green, pinks, blues. Some pretty cool colors. It makes for a pretty cool effect for different awards, sometimes the foam actually burns a little bit different color. So that gives it a different effect. So
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So just want to put the word out to folks too. Don't go, oh, well, Dave and the Foam Oval Nationals, they did them. So, we don't want to copy. No, take this idea and run with it. Every track. Because here's the biggest thing, and I'm talking directly to track owners. It's not my place to talk about pricing, but affordable, right? Like this is a great option to other things that you might be choosing from. I think you'd be surprised. Brad and his wife are being very kind in what they are charging to do it. I mean, being a business person and just running the numbers in my head, I'm like, I don't know how they do it, but they do it because I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, Brad, you mostly do it because for your passion and your love of the hobby, right?
Yeah, I do. I love the hobby and I love all forms of RC. So, and the look that you gave me, like when you saw the product and you messaged me and it was like, that's what we do it for.
Yeah. My wife and I were in the kitchen and I opened them up and I'm like, you are kidding me. She's like, what? Are they wrong? I said, no, they're awesome. I said, pictures really don't do them justice. It's the depth.
No, they don't.
It's the sharpness of the cutting. I mean, I would say just about any company, like this isn't even just for hobbies. This isn't even just this could be corporate awards. This would be a cool award to get at work, right? I mean, it could have the company logo on there. You could put their name on there, and it's going to be way more cost effective than some of the things I've seen out there and have received or, ordered myself and for other company awards over the years. And I'm like, man, if I only knew about this, I definitely would have done it because it's unique. It makes sense. And just the detail, I don't think there's anything else you could have engraved like this with this kind of detail and this price point. And I've just never seen anything.
No, and like you said, like when I send them out, I give everybody a rendering before I even cut it. This is what it looks like. And then I take a picture and send it to them after it's been cut. And then it's like, okay, it looks good now in this photo, but just wait till you get it because the photos, I can't figure out how to take a better picture of it to show the detail that's actually in the product.
Yeah. I don't know though. I mean, when you see the picture, like, oh, that's cool. But when you get it, I think the surprise value is worth keeping it. Keep it right where it's at. You see the rendering and you go, oh, wow, that's going to be cool. Then you see the picture of it made and you go, yeah, I think that's going to do it. And then it shows up, and don't open the box if you're driving. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just make sure you're in a calm place and you're sitting down so you don't fall, hit your head, any of that kind of stuff. Because when you pop open that box and you look inside, oh man, it's like Christmas morning. They're by far, buddy, the coolest awards I've ever been able to present to anybody. So kudos to you and your wife. You've just created something really awesome.
Thank you.
Introducing Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, the ultimate solution to boost your grip and speed on dirt, carpet, or pavement. Papa Willie's gives you the traction you need to leave the competition in the dust. Just apply and watch your car stick to the ground like never before. No more spinning out, just pure relentless traction. Get Papa Willie's Traction Tonic and put the pedal to the metal. Available online. Visit papawillies.com today. Papa Willie's, where traction meets action.
Is your ride as exciting as a soggy sandwich?
Does your wardrobe scream,
I'm not trying?
Turn heads with Carpies, the place for custom wraps, apparel, and all things awesome. Want to look cooler than your neighbor? Want a wrap that makes your car the talk of the town? Want apparel that screams,
I'm not basic?
Carpies has you covered. Carpies, custom wraps, apparel, and more.
Because who wants to be boring?
Visit Carpies. Wrap your world. Wear your swag. Visit carpies.com today.
All right. So we know your business adventures. We know that you support the hobby, but here's the side of it that we need to cover. And that's that you race yourself and you're really well known. You're not just there to play. You are there for them to pay. So tell us a little bit about your racing background, when that started, and if you've always been in drag racing, and then just tell us about current events, like how your season's been going so far.
So I didn't start in drag racing. Actually, we all started playing with RC cars when super young, like 5 years old. Then crawlers, drift cars. I got into that, doing all that. And then bashers. We all had bashers. Those are super fun. And about 2020 is when my drag racing career decided to, we were going to start going pretty hot and heavy in that. And we were doing pretty well. We run the GFRP Apollo. So I'm sponsored by GFRP. So you want an awesome car, that's where you get it. So, and then last year was okay. We do a lot of traveling. We've gone to Wisconsin to Scotty Ernst race. We've been to Tulsa. We've been to Florida. I just got back from Georgia this weekend. I mean, we travel the country and race these big national events as far as drag racing goes. So March, we'd had a little local race here, which was pretty cool. We have a dedicated drag strip with the RCDRL. I went out and I won that race on March 2nd. Then we had a national event here in Dallas, which was the Supa March Meet. I won both first and second in both brackets. Ended up taking that one, which that one paid pretty well because drag racing, we do race for a cash payout. And then we went to Georgia this past weekend, which was March 28th. And we ended up finishing third out of 144 racers.
Wow.
March has been pretty busy for me.
Yeah, it has. And and I'm sure people are going to question like, so what kind of awards did you win?
It was pretty cool because I may have done the awards for myself.
There you go.
So they weren't supposed to be for myself, but I did win them. So I took them.
Hey, when you're a racer, you go to race, you go to win, right? I had a similar thing a couple of weeks ago. I was at doing a road show and a guy borrowed me a car and I felt bad because I made the podium in his car and I just beat him out for the podiums. But you go somewhere, you go to race, you go to win, or why go?
Yeah. I mean, we're at the end of the day, we're still racers. So I made the awards and I was like, I'm taking them home with me.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, just thanks for what you do, buddy, and just continued success. I know you're going to have it, but just continued success to you guys.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut you loose, let you have a great evening with your family, and I'll be ordering more stuff. I know it's coming.
All right, we'll be looking forward to it.
All right, man. Have a great night.
All right, you do the same, Bo.
Thank you for listening to the RC Underground Radio Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your fellow racers about the show. Tune in again next week for more RC content.